Chris Williams, Client Technical Leader for Public Markets in Kyndryl. Kyndryl is the new spin-off from the old IBM Global Technology Services Division. So we're new since November of last year. Probably the most important thing about us in that respect is we are a $19 billion startup, the largest in history. So we focus on technology services, management, systems integration, all things cloud, all things AI, and quite a bit more beyond that as well. So we're new and yet old because we have this 100-year tradition that goes back to the days of IBM, and yet at the same time we are in the process of being completely reborn in how we do things and how we approach. So it's a really exciting time. Sure. One of the ones that's really been interesting is for a state where we are looking at AI solutions for licensing around oil drilling. This particular state has a permitting process and a taxation process that includes drilling sites that go way out into some pretty remote areas. And they don't really have the staff or the capability to go and physically visit every single site and figure out what they're doing. Are people actually following their permits? Are they actually drilling the way they should be? Are they reporting correctly for taxation purposes? So what we were doing with them is using smart systems with TensorFlow and satellite imagery that is coming on a regular basis, putting those two together and using AI tools to figure out, are they in fact following the process? What's the appropriate type of revenue that they need? And to do some sort of resolution and, if you will, reconciliation of actual tax records to activities to make sure things are aligned and that we're following the appropriate laws, procedures, and regulations, as well as collecting the appropriate revenue for that. Yeah, so three things are really important, and we always talk about them this way, and that's, you'll hear these steps from a lot of different people, but think big, start small, scale fast are still the things that are important. I like to use an analogy of a cookie factory, and that is, when you start, you want to bake a single batch of cookies. Find something that you can get your arms completely around that's very, very simple. Once you bake that batch of cookies, you want to perfect the recipe. Once you've done that, the next step is to bake a dozen batches of cookies and make sure that we stay consistent with what it is that we're doing. So start with something small, then replicate it so that you understand how to replicate things within a range. Once you've got that nailed down properly, now we can start talking about how to build a cookie factory. And the same thing applies with AI. You want to start with the simple things. Understand that AI in and of itself is an accelerator. It is a way to rapidly correlate disparate data and put it together in a meaningful way that you get to someone with knowledge and experience that can make better quality decisions faster. So you start small, you then grow it and apply it that way so that the understanding turns into something where I'm dealing with meaningful, timely information that I can use across my departments to make better quality decisions faster. So when you start, that's really where you need to focus. And then from there, once you've got these small pieces working well, that's when you can begin to grow and scale. Just about every aspect, from the strategy to the technology to the infrastructure to support it. We have a wide scale of partnerships with all of the major hyperscalers. We have partnerships with most all of the ISVs, and we bring a level of experience and expertise that is unmatched in the industry just because of our scale and our history. I like to say we have a lot of really smart people who also can apply technical wisdom to help you get moving quickly. And unlike some, I like to say we are not beholden to any one particular hyperscaler, for instance, because we're partners with all of them. So we can help you with selecting the right combination, because usually it's more than one, you'd be surprised, and how to leverage them so that you're using their capabilities for your best benefit.